I know we've only known each other for 4 weeks and 3 days, but to me, it seems like 9 weeks and 5 days.
All right, all my passionate plant people and garden enthusiasts. It's time for the Sunday edition of the Let's Get Growing show here on the Urban Gardener channel. I'm Enoch. I'm your host today. We've got a really awesome show for you today. We got one of our Sunday roundtables with a couple of really awesome guests, my good friends and your good friends too. We've got with us John Kohler from Growing Your Greens and Wendi Phan from Wendiland joining us for a garden roundtable where we're going to find out what's been growing on with these two and talk all about their gardens this season, some trips they've been on, and all sorts of really fun things to talk about here just a little bit later on in the show. So definitely stay tuned for these two awesome guests here coming up. And if you are here with us right now at the top of the show, definitely click that like button. Let's hit that thumbs up, as well as subscribe. If you haven't subscribed yet, definitely subscribe. And also hit that bell notification so you be notified of all of our upcoming videos and live streams, as well as share with your friends. Let them know about our show here on the weekends, every Saturday and Sunday at 11 a.m. Pacific time, 2 p.m. Eastern, and 7 p.m. British Summer Time, which I think is changing over there. Again, I was mentioning this yesterday. I think that's changing tonight even. So again, we'll have to switch that up. But to Greenwich Mean Time, I believe, is what we'll be going to next. But awesome to have you all here from all over the world, wherever you're at. So great to have you here. And if you are joining with us on the replay, big, huge shout out to you. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out on your time and being a part of our show here. And if you can, definitely drop into our comment section down below. Let us know what you got growing on. Let us know how the garden grew this year. Let us know if you got a fall garden growing, all sorts of things going on in your garden. Let us know all about it in the comments below, or just drop by and say hi. I'd love to hear from all of you. So thank you so much for those of you who do take the time to get into our comment section. And also thank you to all of you who jump into our chat here while we're live. And if you are here with us live, definitely jump into the chat. Let us know you're here. And also, if you have any questions for me or our guests like coming up here later on the show, definitely drop those into the chat as well, and I'll try to mark those to make sure that we can fit them into our conversation. And if you can, put those in big capital letters, that way we can find those questions from the regular comments. And I really appreciate all of your questions as well too. So definitely have those ready coming up here in just a little bit on the show. Also, you want to follow all those links down below in our description as well to our guests, and go over and show them support. Go subscribe to their channels. Go post on some of their videos. Let them know that you saw them here on the Let's Get Growing show. So right on, everybody. Great to have you all here with us today. I do want to talk about it's coming up. It's coming up this Friday. In fact, before I see you on our next weekend's show, this Friday is Halloween. And that means it's time for our 5th annual special Halloween Hangout live stream, where we watch the 1960s classic Little Shop of Horrors together, and we have a little bit of fun and a cool hangout after the movie, where this year what we're going to do too is, again, as I've mentioned this before, this is kind of what got our whole community show that we have. If you haven't had a chance to check one of those out, you'll definitely want to check out one of our community shows. And I do have another one planned coming up here in a few weeks as well too. But that's what got it all started last year. I thought it would be fun to include you all who watch our show and came to hang out with us on the Halloween live stream, and handed out our show link to you so that you can come and join with us and talk with us and hang out after we watch the movie and before we watch the theatrical version too. Because for those of you who want to continue to hang out after our get together, we do play a really fun theatrical version of the Little Shop of Horrors as well too. But yeah, I'll be handing out that show link for all of you again this Friday for our Halloween hangout. But this time for the hangout portion of the show, we're going to do a costume contest. So this is your opportunity to get dressed up. I know a lot of you and most of you who do come and hang out with us are hanging out and handing out treats to the neighborhood kids. That's what I'm doing. But it'll give us an opportunity to get all dressed up as well and show off our costumes. So we'll do a little bit of a, kind of an audience voting costume contest, as well as what we're going to do too, besides the costume contest. What we'll do as well is do a kind of set, so you can submit some photos, video, whatever you want of your Halloween decor in your garden. So if you got some Halloween things, some jack-o'-lanterns lit up, or some other types of things that you have in your garden spaces, or outside, however you want to do it, just submit some Halloween decor for our second contest. So we'll do those two different things. It'll be really fun. And if you have something to submit to our contest, whether it's the Halloween decor, or you could even send pictures or even a little short video if you want of you in costume, or even maybe a previous costume you've worn in Halloween's past as well too. We'll put those all in for our Halloween costume contest, and you can submit that to the Urban Gardener at mail.com. And that's mail.com, not gmail.com, but the Urban Gardener at mail.com. And go ahead and send those in. I know it's October 29th. That's just a couple of days from now. If you got something, it takes another day or two or whatnot, that'll be fine as well. But let's try to get them in here in the next couple of days. And let's get a lot of submissions too. So get out there, take some pictures of your Halloween decor, get yourself in some costumes, take some pictures, or even if you don't want to submit pictures, if you're going to be there for the Halloween hangout, just get dressed up, come hang out with us, and come be a part of the show. Like I said, we'll hand out that link for all of you, and you can come and join the discussion for our 5th annual Halloween hangout. So again, I'm looking forward to this Friday. It's already here already. I can't believe it. So definitely come and join with us too. I literally, really, really look forward to seeing all of you all again too for this Halloween hangout. I also do want to mention that I did put out a new video. You see all of these cool little peppers I've got here on the desk with me right now. Well, I just put out this Friday a video, which is the 11th video in our Ultimate Pepper Guide play stream or playlist that I put together this year, that kind of goes over all of my growing tactics and tips and tricks and all of those sort of things that I do in order to grow all of the different pepper plants that I grow in all of our different garden spaces here. And this last video, what I did is I kind of took you around to show you all of the plants as we're kind of getting to the end of the season. So it's kind of like an end of summer plant tour of all of our pepper plants, and talk about all of them and how they performed this year, and show you a lot of these different pepper pods and all of that we got off of our pepper plants. So yeah, lots and lots of really good stuff there. So definitely go back and check that out on our video page, or on our main page here on our YouTube, on the Urban Gardener YouTube page, and check out that video. Really, really fun, really awesome. So again, too, like I said, we've been harvesting up the last of our peppers pretty much. I'm still kind of hang on with some of them and see how there's a few I want to see if they still will ripen up before we start getting into some of the frost and all of that. That still hasn't happened yet. I've looked into our forecast for a little while. I mean, we've got a bunch of rain. It's going to rain a bit more. I think they're talking about even some windstorms or something around here, but still haven't seen really any frosts yet. So hopefully some of these pepper plants will hang on just a little bit longer, and we can get a few more pods. I showed show you one of our really super hots that we have, and it's got one that I think is just maybe a week or so away from ripening up, and so I'm hoping that that'll get a chance to before our plants really are done in by the frosty weather that's on its way. We still got as well too, a bunch of tomatoes out there as well that are still kind of ripening up. I've got eggplants and all sorts of other stuff. Some of the summer plants are just kind of dying off, and in a few of our spaces, I've kind of pulled some things anyways because we want to move on to other things. And now that we got a really good rain in, and that'll also help us out too as we start, continuing to plant and grow into our fall season towards winter. And so really lots and lots of things still kind of growing on, and I'm looking forward to as our seasons are continuing, and also starting to think about what we're going to be doing a little bit differently in this next growing season as well too. So again, lots going on, and I'll try to put out another video, kind of a general video of what we've got growing and what things are and what we're planning and all that sort of stuff for one of our garden journals. I'll try to do that here coming up in this next week or so. So definitely keep an eye out for that. That's a good reason to have that bell notification hit so that you can be notified of those is when they come out. So right on, everybody. It's great to have you here. Let's jump in real quick. I want to say hi to a few folks here before we get moving on. I know that we had saw Rick in here just a little bit ago, and Paul from Guten Gardy. We'll see him in just a minute, just a minute, and we'll get to catch up with Paul in the garden as well coming up. Shawnee Groves was in the conversation, and she was on the show yesterday. And then I see my friend Christopher Bransdahl was in there as well too. Christopher's doing a live stream today. I'll share with you, or in fact, there's a link down below as well in the description for you all too. So after our show here, if you want to go and check out Christopher's live stream too, I'm going to be jumping over there as well after the show too, so y'all can go check that out with me here after our show. And let's see here let's see if we can't say hi to a few other folks here. boy, you guys have really got the conversation going already, so good. That's really great to see here. And I see. Okay, of course, we got to say hi to Adam as well too. And where is I don't know. I'm not seeing her usual hello in here, but let's see. Okay. Oh, well, I guess we'll pump this up here. She's talking about John Kohler and all of that, and coming up here, and Wendy coming up. But say hi to Jay Dixon from joining us from Ontario, Canada. Jay's our facilitator of the show. Keep an eye out for further information on discussions on things we're talking about in our discussion, as well as links and all of that too. If you do have a channel and you want to shout out, let us know about your channel, and Jay will drop in a link for your channel as well too. I see Janet in the conversation. Awesome. Farmer Marshall, thank you for joining with us today. Great to see you. Right on. I see Hot Potato in there talking about some dragon fruits. You want to go and check out his channel. He's always giving away doing really great giveaways of his dragon fruits as well too. So right on. I see Martin Moore in there. Smash that like button. Absolutely. Definitely hit that like button for sure. Jersey Girl, great to see you. Let's see. I see Eddie in the conversation too. Always great to see you, Eddie. Thank you so much for being here with us today. Right on. And let's see here. Make sure we try to get Growing Edibles. Awesome to see you joining us from Central Florida. Excellent. Thanks for joining in with us today. Really awesome to have you here for our show. And right on. Kind of moving through here real quick here as we got to get moving on. But again, looks like There you are, Jay. Good day. I was looking for that one, but great to have you here with us, Jay. Thank you so much. And I hope you had a great day yesterday, as Jay was off yesterday from doing all the facilitating and enjoying some personal time. So great to have you back with us, Jay. Thank you so much. Right on, everybody. It's time to get moving on today. We've got our good friend, like I said, Paul, joining with us from Guten Gardening in the Garden.
Well, hello, Let's Get Growing community. I realize that today's video may be something that many of you have already thought about, and that's why a lot of you are already gardening. But I thought about the name of the show, Let's Get Growing, and I thought there's a video that I recorded a little while ago about some of the reasons why I think gardening is so important, or why you should be gardening. And so I wanted to show you that video today. And for those of you who are watching the replay, who might not be really invested into gardening, maybe this will give you some thoughts, or some food for thought, I should say. All right, I hope you enjoy today's video. I'm super excited for today's video. It's a little bit of a different video, but one I hope you as a community are ready and willing to engage in, because today I've been thinking, and that's actually something that's been on my mind for the last couple of weeks especially, but I've been thinking about the rationale behind gardening. And we did a video series about a year ago, a Why We Garden series. We talked about the harvest. We talked about a lot of different pieces there, you know, feeding our family. But I was thinking about what really gets someone inspired enough to take the first step in gardening, to start that gardening process. And I believe one of the things that really got me thinking about this idea of what was that first step, that first draw into gardening, is actually from one of our recent trips. So we were in Seattle and we went to the zoo there, which is something our family loves to do. One of the things we noticed was this really cool setup, and I guess it's something now since we had that experience in Syracuse, New York at the zoo there, looking at that beautiful garden. But we noticed a small gardening setup, but there was basically a written conversation, different signage talking about reasons why it's a good idea to garden, or the different aspects and elements of what you can do in a personal garden. There were a few squash plants growing, some blueberry plants, the biggest rosemary plant I've ever seen in my life. It was absolutely massive, and I suppose it's massive compared to what we grow here, because typically unless we overwinter indoors, it's going to die back here in zone 5. But man, that thing was a massive plant. But then beyond that, there was a place where they were doing compost. And while there was talk of traditional composting, there was also a vermiculture set up there and a conversation written out as to why vermiculture, a worm bin, was a good idea for composting. There was another area where they had a rain barrel set up and they talked about collecting rainwater. And there was a place talking about the importance of attracting pollinators and bees. I mean, all of that was there, and I started thinking, you know, does something like that work? Does seeing that kind of signage actually inspire you to want to garden, or is it usually something else? In a way, I think of this like a Costco or one of those places that gives you little samples and you try it, and maybe you're enticed to go and buy the full product. Well, you see a sample of what, or you read some information about what it can look like to garden, and then you take that next step. Is that really that inspiring? Is that really something that people do? I mean, we've been pretty clear, I think, in our videos about the purpose behind this YouTube channel. We've decided to share what we do to try to encourage other people to do the same thing, to teach some of what we're learning along the way, to share our successes and our failures, etc. But what is it that really drags someone in, that really gets them into the process of gardening? And so here I am, I'm thinking about all these things from me, you know, experiences as a child, experiences with my grandparents, but really that realization that we have to grow more of our own food. It's healthier, it's better for our family. That's a piece of it. But was there one thing for me, one thing for my family? Was it that one experience, you know, growing that first squash plant, harvesting that first piece that became then an addictive piece of, I've got to expand, I've got to expand. I'll give you an example of what I mean. We've done more than just a few tours here on our property, and if you look back at the early videos to now, you should know that even in the last 3 years, we've expanded our growing space pretty exponentially. And what I mean by that is there is not a lot of yard space left here. In fact, we've got this Japanese maple tree at the front of our property, and the Japanese maple tree is my favorite tree. There you go, a piece of information about me. I absolutely love the Japanese maple tree. I think that color of red is beautiful, but ours has been in the ground for 4 or 5 years, maybe longer, and it's struggling. There's something that's got a hold of it, some disease, I think, but the leaves are wilting back. And to be honest, rather than thinking, oh, what's the best way to fix this tree, I've been thinking lately, maybe I should take this tree up because that area could provide us 3 or 4 more small beds for more garden space. And I think that's what happens a lot of times. You get started with gardening, and if you have space to allocate, it becomes, well, bigger picture, it becomes a bigger part of what you have. You start thinking, how can I do more? How can I do more? And really for us, that's what has happened. We've expanded. We're using as much of our property, or nearly as much as we can, and we're thinking of other ways, growing vertically in our green stalks, etc., to take even more advantage. But what we want from you, what we would love to hear from you, is that initial driving force. So no matter how much you're gardening now, maybe it's 1 container, maybe it's 1 single plant inside, we want to know what led you to that beginning of gardening. I read a statistic, and this has been a couple years now, but something like a 40% increase, and I'll have to look the exact numbers here. I'm not sure that they can ever tell the exact numbers, but there was something like a 40% increase at the beginning of the pandemic, at the beginning of 2020, in the number of people gardening. And I'm guessing that a large number of those stayed with it, even as food supplies, etc., opened back up. But maybe for you, that was the reason you started gardening, that fear of a lack of food, the need to circumvent that food chain supply issue. Or maybe it was just something that, you know, the life of your family is around gardening, and you grew up in that environment. You had relatives, you had family who gardened, and it just came natural. Or maybe you got tired of being in a space with no greenery around you, and you decided to take that first step. We want to know, and we'd love to hear your story. I think what can happen is, if you realize how similar or how many other people do this the same way, start for the same reasons, or just how many different perspectives there are out there when it comes to gardening, that could be its own form of inspiration. You know, I'm sitting here surrounded by green. It's late September in Zone 5, Wisconsin, and I've got tomatoes behind me, I've got squash, I've got Brussels sprouts, I've got all of this around me. And I know I've made the right decision getting into this gardening life and really spending my time out here. I know that for a fact. And maybe garden therapy was your rationale. You heard someone say getting your hands down into that soil was life-changing. I'll tell you, it is 100% true. Maybe it was that first taste that somebody came to work and said, hey, I've got a bunch of extra cucumbers, I got a bunch of extra summer squash, I've got a bunch of tomatoes here, and you tried one and you said, that's not what I'm used to tasting at the store. What was it that got you started? We'd love to hear about it in as detailed a fashion as possible in the comments. We'd love to hear from you, love to hear your garden beginnings story. Well, thank you so much, Let's Get Growing community. I hope you enjoyed the video today, and I look forward to seeing you next month.
Hi, my name is Charles Malky, biologist and plant expert with Ivory Organics, where we grow cool plants and author Saving the World with the Home Garden. Ivory Organic 3-in-1 Plant Guard has 7 natural oils that protect your plants, not just from the summer heat as well as winter cold, but also protects your plants from damaging insects and rodents. The oils in the product include castor, cinnamon, clove, garlic, peppermint, rosemary, and spearmint. These oils are natural insect and rodent repellent oils, which are encapsulated by the base powder, offering your plants months of protection at a time. One application per year will suffice for protection against damaging summer sunburn and winter sun scald, but if the target is pests, application as much as 2 to 3 times a year may be necessary.
So, all right, all right. Here we are back again. And what a great In the Garden segment from Paul over at Guten Gardening, asking us what got you started into the whole gardening thing, right? And as many folks who've watched me before, or if you're new here, my whole adventure in gardening, or basically I've been growing plants pretty much my whole life, but growing food for me all started with a friend who brought over just a small little cucumber start. I was living in an apartment up in Seattle, Washington, and he brought over this little cucumber start, and he thought because I grow all these house plants and all of that, that I would know what to do with it. I don't even remember where he got that cucumber plant from, but I of course took on the challenge. I was like, I never grown food before, and all I had was this little apartment balcony. And so, I proceeded to go get a big pot, went and got some soil together and planted that thing and set it out on the apartment balcony, and just did a little bit of watering throughout that summer. And that cucumber took over my whole balcony. It weaved itself through everything and produced a whole bunch of fruits. And it just so happened that cucumbers was one of my daughter's favorite things. We always had a supply of cucumbers around because she really loved them. And so here I was, we were sitting together at the dinner table, snacking on some cucumbers, and I looked over at her and I says, "Can you believe that I actually grew these cucumbers?" And she was like, "What? There's no way." And I says, "Yeah, that plant that's growing out on the balcony is a cucumber plant, and I grew these cucumbers." And it was such a big thing. And at that point in time, that was just all it took. And from there, again, that was when my whole garden passion just really, really exploded, because, getting to share something with her in what we grew was just so awesome. And so here we are today. Look at everything in between then and now, and all of that too as well. And so that's how it all really kind of got started for me. I'd love to hear about how it all got started for you. So definitely, if you're watching here on the replay, or if you got something to say in the chat, definitely let us know as well too. Great question, Paul. Great In the Garden segment. Thank you so much for that. And also, if you didn't get a chance to check out yesterday's show, we had a really great show. We had Kyle Haggerty from the Urban Farmstead on with us yesterday. We had a really great conversation with Kyle, talking all about his garden, how he got started gardening, and we talked a little bit about how, I think one of the cool things is he's a firefighter, and gardening is a good way for him to kind of relieve some of the stresses that he gets from fighting fires and the things that he gets to see there. Plus, we also got to meet Shawnee Grows. We see Shawnee in the chat all the time, and she came on this show and celebrated and congratulated her on her first 1,000 subscribers. So again, congratulations, Shawnee. Thank you for being here and all of your support of our show. And go back to yesterday's show and go check out those conversations. It was really fun. I also do want to mention last Sunday we had on the show, it was our monthly gardening book club, which we do every third Sunday of the month. We feature really great books and their authors on our monthly gardening book club. And this last Sunday, we had with us Kelpie Wilson. We talked all about biochar and reviewed her biochar handbook. It was a really great conversation. You want to go back and check that out. And then we also, again, at the end of our book club shows, we announce our next month's book. And next month, for the month of November, we are featuring Kristen Graves' The Garlic Companion. already digging into this book. Really great book so far. Can't wait to talk with her again. Third Sunday of the month. That'll be November 16th. And we'll have Kristen Graves on with us to talk all about her book, The Garlic Companion. It's garlic season. A lot of us are planting out. Some of us are getting ready to plant out. It ought to be a really great conversation with her. So definitely don't miss out on that there. And everybody, we got a couple of really great featured guests for our Sunday Garden Roundtable. So, all right, everybody, let's welcome back to the show. And together, for the first time, we've got our good friend, John Kohler from Growing Your Greens. And we've got with us Wendi Phan from Wendiland. Awesome to have you two with us here together for the first time. How are you doing?
Good.
Going
How
good?
Are you guys?
Going
doing great.
9 out of 10.
9 out of 10? Yeah, that's pretty good.
Because I'm
That's
not
pretty good.
outside. I thought about going out there, but reception and it's too many random
Too many noises and things going
See,
on.
John gets to be out.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping we'd have you up on the rooftop.
I know. I thought about it. I can still try to make that just commute.
I know. That's great. We'll talk all about that for sure. Really, again, too, really great to have you guys here. I miss getting to see you this year. We usually get to see each other, at the National Heirloom Exposition and all of that. But really great to have you here with us today for the show. So, how have things been growing on? Let's and first, actually, just in case, and I can't imagine anybody out there hasn't heard of you guys, but let's give you at least just a minute each just to kind of introduce yourself to everybody real quick. And let's go ahead and start with you, Wendi.
Oh, okay. Hello, everyone. I grow in all space, and I recently got more. I got more land up there.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right on.
I don't know what else to say, but yeah, I make content. And I
Wendi is an that's right. Wendi's an awesome small space gardener.
Yeah, and rare plants, my obsession. So yeah.
One of my small space gardening idols for sure. Right on. Are you just waking up, John?
I'm good. I've been up for a while.
I think he couldn't believe my answer was so terrible. I think that's what it was.
Yeah, that's true. I was like, Wendi, what are you doing? I can do a better introduction for you, Wendi, than that.
Can we start again?
Right on. How about you, John?
All right, me. I got to do a worse introduction than Wendi.
Thank you.
Let's see what you can do. Let's see what you can do here.
Well, I have a YouTube channel, Growing Your Greens, where I've been basically teaching people how to grow food. I think maybe my YouTube channel has been up 16 years now or something. I have almost a million subscribers these days. I've been making video content like every week. So like for the past 16 years, posting content, over 1,700 videos these days. I garden in my backyard here in Las Vegas. We are here in October. It's maybe like high 70s, low 80s today, like super low 80s.
Oh,
and it's
nice.
Still massive, abundant green behind me. I have so many things growing. I'm starting to plant out for my fall, winter. And I also travel around a lot besides making videos in my backyard, which actually I don't seem to do as much as I used to in the olden days because I do travel so much around the country, filming amazing farms, visiting gardeners, and learning so much, and then getting to share the knowledge with everybody on my YouTube channel.
Yeah,
that was awful, John.
Thanks.
That was pretty good. Excellent. Yeah, lots and lots. I've been noticing lots of great travel videos and all of that as well too. We'll have to dig into some of those here as well. But let's kind of start with our growing season. How things growing? I know again. So John, of course you're traveling a lot and everything. How did the garden fare through all those travels and you having to, head out all the time? How did everything grow this year?
I mean, everything pretty much did pretty good. I mean, all the expected things happen as normal. My tomatoes and the heat didn't like it because I don't go out of my way to like baby them or do anything special to them. I think the one failure I had this year, which made me really sad, was my sweet potato wall. I have basically one wall of my house, like almost the whole length, or the majority of the length is basically, I have sweet potato vines, which are all purple leaf this year. So it's purple leaf sweet potato leaves, and then they just have the orange tubers underneath. But all the leaves are edible, like raw or cooked. And the biggest failure I had this year is that the stupid nylon string trellis I bought from Amazon don't figure on them lasting for more than a year, because after like a little bit over a year, it all degraded, and when I wasn't home, it just fell down, and then my plants got trashed.
Oh
so,
no!
Yeah, they were looking really nice when I left, and when I came back, like most of them were just.
Is that nylon trellis like in the direct sun?
Of course, because I want to shade my house from the sun and have the sweet potato vine grow up, and also give the sweet potato vine lots of sun.
I've got one of those nylon trellis things that I have like in my back carport, but I've had it for, I'd say, almost 6 years now.
So what color is it? So that's the other thing.
White. It's white.
See, so like I got the green one. So maybe I'm gonna have to go with the white one, because I used the white one before and it's worked pretty good. But this green one, like it says it has UV inhibition and all this crap, but man, that shit degrades.
Right. Yeah.
So I was like, all right, that's a good point. So yeah, but also too, you live in Oregon.
That's what I'm saying.
I live in Las Vegas, and I think we have a little bit higher UV index.
That's for sure. Absolutely. Yeah, it does. I mean, there's been a couple of parts that have kind of snapped and broken off that I've had to kind of fix up and kind of reattach or something like that. But for the most part, it's held up pretty well. And again, it could just be the construction of it, whoever made it or manufactured it.
No, because I have two different ones. Like one I bought one year, it worked so well, then I expanded on the next year to like make it a further part of my wall, and like the first part started degrading the beginning of the summer, and I started tying it off, and it wasn't that bad. And then the other half was like basically, I think, brand new, and then that just degraded. So I'm like, I'm over these. I'm about to go with the white ones, because these ones were the green ones. So don't buy the green ones. I'm gonna leave bad reviews on Amazon for both the ones I bought.
Right. Let's go. Let them know.
Back, man. People should know. Don't waste your money on crap.
Right, exactly.
Especially when you're trying to be cheap like me.
There's a lot of it out there, that's for sure.
It's hard testing in Vegas.
Well, it tells you if really stuff is good or not.
True.
That's for sure. How about you, Wendy? How the garden grow this year?
Garden, certain things did really well and certain things suffered, like the ube. I think I still got one plot that's going to be pretty good, but there's another one in the taller raised bed. Actually, one of the, I don't know what happened to the irrigation, but basically it was lacking water. So that'll do it. Yeah, those tubers shrunk. Yeah. But I'm starting a lot of things from seed this season. Really excited about that because I have more sun on the rooftop. So having all these like really cool like, root vegetable varieties and such. Really excited about those.
Yeah. And that's mainly your garden. I mean, again, too, like I said, you got this for a small space, you got this really cool walkway garden and all of that. And so everything's doing pretty well.
Yeah.
Like normal.
Yeah, for the most part, it's except for the part of that ube bed, like I told you about that purple yam.
Yeah.
One of the beds. And I changed out a couple more beds. I swapped out the old ones and have like these self-watering containers that I'm testing out right now. So I got like the snail flower vine that's going crazy, but not as much flowers now because the angle just of sun, has shifted. And there's like a lot of shade out there now. Yeah, so it's quite green out there, but just not as much flowers on the patio. And then I have more, adding more color and stuff on the rooftop with more like lots of lights. It's crazy because up there you see it's almost like I have 2 extra hours of sun up there. I mean, like when it's dark up downstairs, you go up and you still have like, almost like an extra couple hours of daylight.
Yeah, definitely. So again too, when we had you on earlier in the year, this is something you were looking forward to do. You were wondering how you were going to get it set up and all of that sort of stuff. And now here we are. You've gone through the season. Tell us a little bit more about how this whole adventure, climbing up onto the rooftop of your building there and growing has turned out.
Yeah, I was really like, I had a plan, but I was pretty nervous about how to haul things up there because I have never literally like pulled things up there before. I was afraid to be on the edge and like just flip over, you know?
Right. Things can be heavy. Stuff you need up there. Soil can be heavy. The equipment can be heavy.
Yeah, like the soil, I split them up like 5 times, like pulling them up 5 times, you know, lighten up the load. And then the bigger things, I was very fortunate to have a couple of guys to help me, and they, you know, like they're used to going up the roof, so I was comfortable with them helping. And just to see how they did, I was like, okay, I can do it. Because just start trying that out by myself, I just had no idea. Like, what do you mean your body won't fall forward and just like fall off? I don't know. I didn't get it. Like, you know, so anyway, I saw them do it. I'm like, it's fine. And then I did it. And it's so much fun when you pull that stuff up. It's like you're fishing or you're getting all these goodies that you bring out and you have a really good workout. Yeah. And it's super extreme, you know, like more windy up there. Not crazy wind, but just windier than downstairs, warmer or colder, faster. Yeah, a little more drastic, I guess, weather. And but things grow so fast up there. And I think the only thing I'm limited by now is because everything is in containers and I'm being mindful about the weight. So I don't want to put like giant pots up there. So I think the plants are more restricted because they're going to be in containers, but they definitely are loving the sun.
Yeah, it was, you know, overall, I've been watching your videos on all of that too. And if anybody wants to check those out, definitely, again, links down below for Wendi and John's channels. Go check out these videos. But, you know, I got back up on my rooftop here on our carport rooftop that we have.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just basic. It's simple. It isn't much of anything other than our, you know, our 5-gallon wicking buckets and, you know, like, I don't know, about 8 or 9 different pepper plants that we grew up there. And then I saw what you were doing and I was like, oh wow, this is you got a really nice setup. You really put some good thought into it and really set some
Thank
really
you.
nice
Yeah, I wanted to be a garden.
Yeah, for sure. Now I definitely gotta up my game for my rooftop garden. Right on.
Are you growing a lot of peppers up there again, or more variety?
Yeah, well, I have peppers. Yeah, I got all my peppers with me here. We were just harvesting some other ones. I put out a pepper
from
video
up there.
From up there. Yeah, that's pretty much primarily what it was before and is still today, is more of a pepper garden. But I'm looking to, in this next season, to expand out and grow some other things and do all that other stuff as well too.
Awesome.
Have you had a chance to check out Wendi's rooftop garden, John?
I helped her plan it before she planned it, and I talked to her about getting a pulley set up. So, you know, she's not pulling directly, but she goes up to like a higher point and then she pulls down, so it's not going to pull over. I talked about, like, you know, helping her with, I would get some like trays, which she did end up doing, to prevent water runoff on the roof. And then you could direct her where she's implemented it all great and even added ideas that I didn't even tell her. So let's see how I've been there. I've been there since she's been growing stuff. So like, hopefully in the next month or two, or probably the next second month in December, hopefully I'll get out to LA again and get to visit it and hopefully see everything in its full glory.
Yeah.
You can
grade my rooftop. What's that?
Help you haul some extra stuff up there that you didn't pull up there yet.
Oh, that would be great. Or
another helping hand.
Speed up my process of putting soil. It's mostly soil now, the most tedious.
Yeah.
See, now you'll have to remember when John
just start stocking up things at the bottom when you know that
right.
I'm coming in maybe December, mid-December, maybe. That's it. That's a current tentative plan for me.
Okay, I look forward to it.
Right on. Yeah, really cool, really awesome. And it, you know, like you're saying, that pulley system idea is really great. I might even need something small or simple like that for mine, but we could just take a ladder. You know, my friend was helping me with a ladder to get those pots up and stuff, and mine's, you know, it's maybe 10 feet up. Not, you know, I'm not even sure. Yours is like way up higher than that. So
it's like 18 to 20 feet.
Yeah. So you got.
I don't know how to figure out to do the pulley system yet, because I think I've been on live on my channel too, and everyone's like, do the pulley, but like something about you have to have the extension. I don't have that on the ladder, so I'm like, I don't really know how to do it, and it didn't. Yeah, it's only, I think the soil is the biggest thing. Other things, I'm just like, you know, it's a good workout. It's kind of fun. It's kind of fun retrieving things. Like, oh, look at all these goodies.
Like you said, a little bit of fishing, right?
Yes, and I think getting up
there's
there
a good project you guys can do together when John shows up. Go and set up a pulley system.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, we could have a little basket. You can put stuff in the basket and just reel it up really easily. That'd be fun. And then we can put you in the basket.
I think that would be so
you up.
That'd be fun. That'd be a good workout for you, John. I'll be sure to eat and get really full before we do that. That would be nice for a harvest, like a little cute,
Yeah, a little harvest basket or something. I mean, nothing too big. Maybe just a bucket. Be able to pull a bucket up and down. That'd be easy.
Like one for a size of a
5-gallon bucket.
I took a big. Yeah, I took one of those big, large, maybe probably about an 8-gallon nursery pots, and I hooked up some ropes to it, and so it can just put the containers, like it fits the 5-gallon buckets in there, fits all the good stuff that I need to kind of pull up. And I was just doing that, and I got maybe like 1 or 2 of them up when my neighbor came out and was like, "Hey, let me help you out with this." And so I didn't really need it because he just helped me put it up there and get them up there nice and easily and everything. But nice. I'm still thinking I should get like because it was still pretty heavy, even for just trying to get it up on 10 feet up, is still pretty heavy. So I might have to think about some sort of
the weight is different when you're pulling it drag down, right? It feels heavier. Yeah.
Right on. Excellent. Let's see here. I'm gonna jump in and see if we got a question here.
I got mosquitoes and flies.
I know. Well, I tell you, any fly they love my living room because it's so lit up. There's lights everywhere. So that's what I'm dealing with all the time too while I'm trying to do these live streams. I'll get them flying in my face and everything. All right. Let's see here. Let's grab one of David's questions here for both of you guys here. I'll just grab one here. David asks, community is huge in gardening. How do you each connect with your viewers or local growers offline? Well, I know you both do a lot of that sort of stuff. I see, again, Wendi, you're often around hanging out with folks doing different things. And John, definitely, you got all these really great videos as you're traveling and doing things and all of that too. I'll start with John. I know I got to remember when we're doing these roundtables. I gotta let you know. I got to cue who we want. So it's either both the guests will sit there and not say anything like that, or both will start talking at the same time.
We need a cue.
Yeah, community is fun. Actually, just yesterday, I was at a community, it was actually Friday night. I went to a community event. So it was like another gardener in town had a free gardening class, which is really nice. And so I just showed up there as a participant and got to meet people and talk to some people. And, she, of course, introduced me and I shared what I'm doing, which was fun, because she kind of just grows more just conventionally with synthetic fertilizers and stuff. So I like to give people options on what they want to do. So that's one way I like to show up to local events. Yeah. Very important to me. And then,
I'm sure that's really great too, because you're growing in Vegas, right?
Right. Yeah.
So we're talking about knowledge, really kind of, you've got
my knowledge is directly applicable because and she also, the lady that I went to, she grows, like her tomatoes was looking amazing. I mean, she grows things that I don't grow, with her methods, which is great. But I don't want to use those methods. So, and also too, there's plants that are more valuable to me than what she's growing. Cause I do a lot different, based on my needs and my goals. Right. So,
right.
But yeah, other than that, I would say I just go to gardening events. So actually Wendi and I both got back from the Baker Creek.
I was going to talk about that here,
which they're kind of turning into the Heirloom Festival. If you didn't learn, I guess, next September, they're having their Heirloom Festival in Missouri. So I talked to Jared, and he wants to put up instead of a tent, he wants to put up like a permanent structure for like a display building Hopefully he gets that done by next year, September. So he has that going.
Yeah.
And he's just going to do the basically heirloom festival there. I mean, it was kind of like a mini heirloom festival this year because the displays were pretty close. I mean, the heirloom would always have a lot more things, but they had a better tasting actually at this event than at the past heirlooms I've been to. They had a better sampling station. I mean, the vendors could have been better. You know, there wasn't a lot of gardening vendors there, so hopefully that improves next year. But yeah, I get to connect.
Winter.
Yeah, exactly. I get to hang out with other people and, you know, meet people and talk to people at different events. And actually next weekend, I'll be out in Jacksonville, Florida, speaking at the Persimmon Festival, sponsored by Eat Your Yard Jacks, which is going to be fun. So I'm going to get to try and eat some, you know, Florida grown persimmons. So that's going to be really fun too.
Right on, right on. How about you, Wendi? What are kind of some of the things and you know, kind of how important is it for you to be getting out in your more local community and doing things as far as gardening?
I mean, I have friends and families and people that kind of have their groups and sometimes even just directly going to hang out at someone's family and they'll be asking about gardening questions and you go check out their garden. The next thing you know, they have a friend that has a question and you're kind of going around and hanging out. So a lot more like a close community that I attend around here. And it's really nice because we get to kind of like barter, you know. We have this trading system of having like what we got or what, you know, wherever farmers markets or what we grow, what we have, and we just trade. And it's been really fun. And, you know, of course, going out to Missouri is another really awesome one.
Yeah, again too, you bring up a good point too, again, about getting together locally and doing things with community in a sense is also a great opportunity to not just share knowledge, right, but to also share what you're growing. You know, maybe some other growers are, you know, really good at growing things that you don't grow, and you can kind of trade that off and get different things.
Yeah, because most people around like just seem to be growing everything the same every year, just what they know, what they think they like, and you know, their gardens the same every year. And they usually have a lot of questions about what you're doing or what you're growing. And once in a while, you get ones that are a little more adventurous or curious, and they would try. But most people, I think they're just kind of like, that's too weird. Good, that's all for me then.
Right. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, for me, you know, it is really kind of fun. We've got a couple of community gardens that I kind of got in, that went and kind of checked out. One of them's really new. One of them I've used to grow at for many years and that sort of thing. And it's just really always great just to get together with folks who, you know, share a similar passion for growing and gardening, you know?
Yeah.
Okay, let's see here. Another question. This one's here for John, but let's, you know, of course, for both of you here too, actually. Gardening channel with hot potato says, John, what's your favorite video you've ever made and why?
So for my favorite gardening video,
a lot. You said 16
really
years, John.
Question. 1,700 videos later. I mean, there's a few that I've really gotten into and enjoyed. I mean, it's hard to say, but like if I had to pick one, like I really enjoyed my original, like supersize your vegetables with wood chips and rock dust episode at my friend's place, actually in Malala, outside Portland, Oregon. Like that was a really fun episode just to see like giant like dinosaur kale leaves, not because of genetics, but because just how they grew it, right? The rich soil, the wood chips breaking down, the rock dust. I mean, and I just had a lot of fun in that video. That was a fun day. I was just in my zone.
Yeah.
It was like a really fun video for me. I mean, another one that I remember was like I was down in Florida, some random guy's place in Florida. I learned about the Everglades tomato. I think that guy also had like some papayas that kind of sucked really, but he was growing them in sand and in like South Florida somewhere. I mean, that was a fun video when I really got into that too. But I mean, there's just certain videos like maybe when I was like younger and earlier in my years, I had more fun. These days, it's like, all right, this is the process. I tour the video, or tour the farm or whatever, meet with the person, they tell me everything, and then I go back and film it, and then I interview them at the end is like the kind of thing I do these days. So like, I don't know, maybe when I see something like specific elements at certain farms or places I visit will be really exciting to me, because I was like, whoa, I haven't seen anybody do this before. This is really cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, that's what I'd say. I really like people like taking it to the next level, and then me being able to share that with people. I mean, those are the kind of videos that I really get excited about and like to share. And like, yeah.
Yeah, and let me kind of throw this back at you, Hot Potato, and everybody else in the chat as well too, that if you have watched, you know, any of John's videos over the years, what might be one of your favorite videos that John's done?
Yeah.
You know, let us know in the comments as well too. You know, I will say this. He also said that John Kohler got our first free dragon fruit at the National Heirloom Exposition or Festival years back.
Wow.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah.
you.
So yeah, I remember talking with him about how he got to meet you as well too. I will say one of my favorite videos though too, a little selfish I suppose too, was the very first one I got to do with you, and we talked about peppers many years ago.
Was that the one in my California garden?
Yeah, up in the California garden years ago. So yeah, that was a really fun opportunity, kind of getting back to the idea of community, you know, and being able to share with other gardeners and do certain things and stuff. It was really awesome, you know, for one, for you to invite me to do a video as I was just getting started making videos on my channel and everything, but also to kind of get to share that knowledge with you and everybody else through my channel too was really great. How about for you, Wendy? Let's throw this at you. What was your favorite video you've ever made, and why? You've done a lot of really great ones too.
Thank you. Yeah. One of them that comes to mind right now, I think mostly just one in my own garden is I like kind of sharing stories and kind of bridging culture with plants, you know. So the one that's about how to like do natural food coloring. So I was out there kind of talking a little bit about the care of certain like these specific plants, and then I harvest them and show them how it's done, like how I colored the different rice and stuff, you know, how it was like traditionally done. So that's probably one of my favorites for here that I can remember. And then there's a couple other ones that's mostly like traveling, because like I like that documentary style. I like a little bit of raw like vlog, but storytelling and again bridging the culture and food and plants, nature, stuff like that. So a couple of ones that can like the coconut one I did in Vietnam, and yeah, like I was out there trying to explore and like trying to find this weird coconut. I think I told John about that one too, and about like what's it? I'm suddenly forgetting the name of it, but yeah. It was just like a variety of coconuts on that show. And one about the farm. Oh, and I guess the recent one, the Garlic Island one, that was really fun to do too. Just like a island.
Yeah,
so
I really love the ones that you've done over in Vietnam. Those are some really great videos too. Yeah, so great to be able to kind of see different cultural gardening experiences. It's just really great.
And what they grow and how they do it. And the landscape is different, and I just think we lose so much of culture other than just like, you know, bringing back like rare plants and heirlooms, and we're helping to try to, you know, like continue these genetics, but also like all these plants have a story, you know, they come with history and all of that, and we're losing a lot of those, especially even when cooking and everything. We're trying to like make everything a shortcut, so if you don't document that, we're going to lose that.
Yeah, all the more important reason for folks like yourself to get out there and to ensure that those stories continue to be told. Right on. Well, let's see here. We got another question from Growing Edibles here. With busy lifestyles, what garden efficiency tips can you share? This is with my own busy lifestyle. My constant pursuit is in figuring out how to keep up with it all. So yeah, I mean, like, what are some of the things you do, John? I mean, again, you're off and traveling all the time. You're doing all these sort of cool, fun gardening adventures, you know, away from your garden. So, I mean, what are some of the things that you do to kind of ensure that your garden's going to, you know, be okay while you're gone?
Yeah, so I have 3 gardens, and there's no time that I'm ever at 2 of them or even 3 of them at the same time. I'm always only at 1 of them.
Right.
I'm usually here in Vegas. My California garden is pretty much off on its own, and my Puerto Rico farm is doing its own thing too. So I think probably what I would say is the efficiency tips is set up systems, you know, so that things can work without you. So my California garden, I go there basically 1 weekend a month to take care of it, harvest and whatnot. And it's on an irrigation system. So that's one thing. I mean, here I have an irrigation system, and in Puerto Rico, I have the rain. And if it's not raining, then things don't get watered unless the rain that did fall is captured in the ground that then can release because of the organic matter, of course. You know, and also like I like to create soil systems where I have beneficial microbes and organic matter, carbon in the ground that basically will self-create its own fertilizer. So I don't have to sit there with, you know, spreading fertilizer to every plant every 3 weeks like the ladies talk I went to in Vegas a couple of days ago does.
Yeah.
You know, so I mean, these are some systems. And the other thing that I really say is super important is select your plants very carefully. This is the most garden efficiency that is not unfortunately talked about. You know, if you select the wrong plants, some plants are like a girlfriend or boyfriend that requires a lot more maintenance and a lot more time. Whether it's the girlfriend taking 15 minutes or a half hour to make her makeup all pretty and perfect before she walks out the door. I mean, you know, there's plants that take more of your time up, like tomatoes, like, right? Like tomatoes, they get all viney, they bushy, they get all kinds of bugs and hornworms, and I mean, they just get crazy. And, you know, the same space I could grow a pepper, and the pepper or even an eggplant that I have over here is like barely any maintenance. I put a stake on it, it grows up straight. It doesn't get all viney and lanky and everywhere. And it's a lot easier to take care of. I mean, there's, especially in Vegas, some plants will just dry up and burn up and bolt super fast, you know, and some, like my sweet potatoes, aside from just growing rambunctiously and having to clip those up on the trellis to make them go vertical, they require zero work, provided your trellis doesn't fall down because of the UV radiation messes up the plastic. So those are some of the tips I'd share. And there are the water systems, have systems in place. Create your own fertilizer by having good soil and good microbes in your soil, good food soil web, planting the right plants. I mean, I think those are my basics.
What are some of the things, Wendi, that you had to think about as you're taking off again for like the fall harvest festival over at Baker Creek in Missouri? You got to leave for a while. Are there things that you're thinking about, you know, that you got to do in order to ensure that your garden's going to be all right?
One of the big things John said, you know, irrigation, that is a game changer when you put that in place, because you're no longer tied down to your garden, you know. And you come back and do some maintenance, things like that. But I was able to get a solar powered irrigation or timer up there, so it's awesome. I don't have to because I can't get anyone to go help me if I'm away. So
right. You definitely don't want to be inviting people to climb up your ladder to get up there and everything.
No,
right?
And I don't think
you got to make sure you got the system
want to do that, which is good, I guess. I like it. It's like my own world up there. But I mean, I can't get help, so it's like self-watering containers, which are great, but still, like if I were gone for a long time, I'd probably have to do like an irrigation as a backup, you know. But irrigation is a big one for me. Anywhere really, but especially up on the rooftop, a place where no one else can get to. And then I do a lot of vertical gardening, so I think that also makes things easier in a way. Well, it takes a little more maintenance and stuff involved, but like your plants tend to grow better, and I really like those stacking pots just because, but I think you get the most out of it if you're growing in more sun. Otherwise, like say if I'm going downstairs, the top 2 tiers, so the stacking is basically like they're in tiers, right? And you stack those pots up, and they go usually between like 3, 5, or 7 tiers. But in a really shady garden, usually things have the most amount of growth for the top 2 tiers, and the rest is like very compromised. You can grow probably some leafy greens, some herbs, but it really has to be like very specific plants, so you're very limited. So like if you have a sunny spot, that's also like a space saver, and it's easier to just grab and go and do whatever you want. You don't have to like run everywhere, to do things.
Yeah.
So I'm a big fan of vertical gardening, but certain ones would be, depending on the amount of sun you have, and like about growing the plants that do well for your garden. Like you wouldn't know unless you try it. And I think that's also why it's important to save your seeds, especially if you guys are like a lot of growing annuals, depending where you live. But having annuals, you save your own seeds, they'll acclimate to your climate, and they'll just keep growing better and stronger.
Yeah, definitely. Right on. Yeah, again, good systems, make sure things are watered. I mean, that's going to be your biggest challenge when you're trying to take off and go somewhere or do something.
Yeah, and make sure everything is tightened.
You don't want things drying out, especially those of you who've got container gardens out there. You want to make sure. Again, I utilize these cool wicking buckets, so all I got to really do is just fill them up and make sure that they're nice and full before I go, and then I've got days worth of time I can spend away from them without having to worry about them completely dehydrating.
Exactly.
Right on. John, you often say grow for nutrition. What's one underrated crop that offers incredible nutrient density?
The question is one underrated crop. That's so difficult.
All right, give us a couple. Give us a couple. I know you got maybe a handful of them, but let's get a couple in there.
If I had to say one, though, they've done actually a lot of published studies on this. It's like the deep, dark, rich, like deep purple carrots. Like carrots could be so easy to grow, and the purple carrots are just like kicking butt in terms of the anthocyanin content, because they're like one of the deepest, purplish, richest anthocyanin compounding plants in the world. Like deep, dark, rich purple carrots, like the ones from Baker Creek, not like the light purple ones with the yellow or orange, core in the middle. We want like the deep, dark, I think they're like an Indian, like black purple carrot. Like, I mean, I'll just say one, that's it. I mean, other than that, if I just say other things, grow for nutrition, underrated crops are all the red and purple leafy greens, for sure. They're like, you could eat them just like leafy greens. They taste pretty much the same, but they're so much more nutritious than standard green leafy greens. So I just planted out the Ms. America, the purple Mizuna, for my garden for the winter time. I love it a lot. I'll be planting mustard greens later, of course, the purple or red mustard greens. I got the cranberry hibiscus back there somewhere. I got pulled down by my Malabar spinach. I got 2 of those for the summer garden. But yeah, I'd say purple leaf plants, and also, I mean, but if I had to say one, it'd be the deep purple carrot.
Awesome. How about you, Wendy? What would you say is a really good underrated crop that's really nutrient dense, good for people to eat?
I don't know if it's underrated, but I really enjoy like beets in general. You can make them all sorts of ways. They're definitely really nutritious. There's one I just started out. I forgot the name of it, but it's even deeper red that almost looks black. It's like redder than that red bowls or bowls blood or something.
Yeah.
It's a variety that's like really almost like black. So beetroots, root vegetables I really like, and like I mentioned earlier, that the deeper colors, and the roselle I really have been enjoying, that the red, the cranberry. I think John also mentioned that one. Mm-hmm. What else? The other one that comes to mind, it's actually more of a green, but it's like the grass jelly vine, because it's just a really great way to extract that juice. It's like that, soluble fiber. It's just like a really great and enjoyable way to take in your chlorophyll. Like it doesn't look like anything special unless you show someone like what you can do with it.
Yeah. Right on. Yeah, those are definitely some great ones for sure. So let's go back again to again, we'll talk a little bit about some traveling and some things that you guys have gotten to do. One of the ones that you did together recently, and I can't wait. I'm gonna try to get out there this next year myself as well too.
Yeah.
As John, you're talking about, and that's kind of what I figured too, is that when they decided to cancel the Heirloom Exposition in California and then announced the Fall Harvest Festival, I was kind of like, oh, I think this is where they're kind of heading, is kind of get back home with it all versus being out in California and everything. But tell us a little bit more about that trip and kind of what, some of the things that you came out of it with, getting to be there. I know you guys have both been there before and everything. Is there anything maybe a little different that you saw as well too, John?
Yeah, sure. So for me, I mean, it's just a different season because I've always gone there in the spring. I've gone there for their tulip and their spring planting festival. I've never been there for their fall festival. So it's interesting to see the crops that are available and they're harvesting for the fall. I'm just really blown away by the muscadines that are, native to the Ozarks there. I ate a lot of muscadines while I was there. And so happy to do that because it's something that I rarely find here in the West Coast. Muscadine grapes. And then the other thing that I found that was really interesting, and I put this in my video that I released, I think last weekend, was I found some cool persimmon varieties that I think that are on like American persimmon rootstock that they were selling actually at their brand new greenhouse. Because last time I was out there, I saw like the pony walls for their greenhouse that's attached to the back of their seed store. And now they have a full-on greenhouse. Unfortunately, their greenhouse is selling mostly like potted plants and landscape plants for the winter, but I could only imagine the summer they got all the coolest plants and things for sale. But they had some persimmons that were hard to minus 20 degrees, and one of the persimmons even had a purple skin. I mean, unfortunately I didn't get to see the purple skin because I just saw the little trees that you could buy that were already grafted. But like some of these persimmons, for the Midwest or places where it gets really cold, would be completely amazing, and people should totally grow those. And that was like the most valuable thing I think I saw at the whole event. I mean, I've seen Baker Creek seeds before, and to meet all the speakers was amazing. And, I mean, that's, and then they had a little cool kids area that I really liked a lot that I featured in the ending of my video, where they had like little kids game. They had like instead of like a thing where you could jump in balls if you're kids, like at Chuck E. Cheese where I used to work, they just filled it up with like, I don't know, little like corn. So you could jump into the corn, and it was like a corn ball thing.
Oh wow, that would be fun. And they're always good with doing things to highlight things you can do with kids and that sort of stuff. That was a big part of the California Heirloom Exposition as well too. I think I don't know if I've ever heard this. Have you ever said that before, that you used to work at Chuck E. Cheese?
It's rare I say that, but no, that was my last corporate job before I said this.
Right on. How about you, Wendi? How was the trip this year?
It was great because I think it keeps getting better because you kind of get to know the people around better, Mars is like a really fun, it's like reconnecting with everyone. And then even, visitors, it's just something about that place and just the way how they have done their festivals. Most people that come by, you just feel like you're seeing an old friend, you can chat with them very easily, very quickly, and all the amount of the cool plants that they grow out there, the greenhouses, the different style
a lot of those greenhouses. Wow.
A lot. So like one just for citrus, or like they have lots of like trials going on because I think they grow is it like 1,000 something or 2,000 varieties, on their own farm. So there's like a lot of trial stuff that you get to see, and lots of tasting, lots of edible flowers that just smells like a candy store when you open, the greenhouse. Yeah. And I got to try the American persimmon, really fun, off the tree, just was falling everywhere, I think by the speaker's tent or something. That was really good. Yeah. What else? There's a new mango turmeric I tried. That was really good. It was a little fruity and like a little like a green mango and a more subtle turmeric. And I got to visit the different what was it? Just the whole site around that area is really beautiful. And I like the way how they always made everything just feel really warm, really like family oriented, you know, close community, just really down to earth. It's yeah, it's a whole different, like it's the type of vibe that I like. So it's always a great time being out there.
Yeah. Was it, you know, again, you know, the different expositions that they had, whether it was up in Santa Rosa or down in Ventura, again, they get a lot of folks out there. I mean, they get a lot of good visitors for this event.
They have different people from all over the world, actually, but obviously a lot more from that area. But like Steve Murray, is that his farm? That his name is his farm? Am I saying that right? The one that grows all the exotic fruit trees on his farm. He drove out there. That's how. Yeah, that's how they.
Wow.
Yeah, he drove out there. He trucked it out there. That's how we were able to get those amazing tasting, you know, fruit tastings. It's from most of them were from his farm. So yeah, there were a few, I think, pretty good vendors out there, and definitely like a smaller scale of the expo as far as vendoring and things. And but I think they're really working on it. Next year should be more full on.
Yeah, but plenty of people traveling out and coming out as far as, you know, coming to attend it and everything as well, too, right? So that was one thing I was wondering about was, you know, they're going to be in Missouri. You know, it's kind of a little out there for a lot of folks and stuff, but at the same time, it's such a great event. It's probably worth, you know, taking the time to make a trip out of it.
It's probably a little more affordable trip, too, if you think about it. And if you love scenery, nature, I think autumn is really one of the best times of the year for, you know, if you enjoy the beauty of that. So it's more like going out to make a trip out of it, you know, see nature, do the floats, and try some fruits and see all the gardens. The sunsets are beautiful out there.
Right on. David's asking, what new seed or variety from Baker Creek are you most excited to trial in your own garden this next season? So did you come away with anything from there that you're gonna plant out? Oh, you got something right there, huh, Wendi?
I'm not prepared. I just happen to have.
I gotta go inside and see what I grabbed.
I've been starting seeds
quite a bit.
Oh, I know what I got actually. I got the saffron crocus bulbs. That I'm actually I need to plant those. That was on my list to plant yesterday, but I'm gonna plant them today.
Oh, right on. Crocus again too. That's where you get the saffron.
Exactly, the flowers. Kind of they have the bulb. They got shipped late to them this year, unfortunately. So they're all sprouting, and they were selling them for like super cheap at the event.
Oh, right on, right on. All right, Jay says show and tell. What do you got, Wendi?
Oh. Okay, well, this is a mixture. So this is not what I'm growing this year right now. This is more, the only one that's winter hardy is this, how do you say this? Chervil? It's like a French, parsley has a more like a nice kind of a nice licorice flavor. Really excited about this because the ideal temperature is between 60 to 65 Fahrenheit. So it's like really cool temp. But other than that, what I grabbed out there were a few more milkweeds.
Yeah, I don't know where my seeds went. Let's see what trip was that.
There's one that has like vanilla scented milkweed, so like swamp milkweed. I don't really know if I have proper place for swamp milkweeds, but I really like milkweed.
Right, you'd have to kind of create like maybe a little mini pond or something, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah. This long pot okra. So again, not the right season. These are just what I have right now, but the really dark red, beautiful red, the Alaska nasturtiums. I really love variegated leaves. Every single one of them is so different, like awesome. The way their patterns are. Yeah, but then these ones have this like lime green with the contrast of these deep, red brownish tone is so beautiful. So this I can plant. Other than that, what else? Oh, diantha. I love carnations. I love that clove smell. So I like, but other than that, I kind of seeded mostly a lot of beets, a lot of radishes. I like taking advantage of the sun because I didn't really get to grow that many root vegetables down here in the winter here because, there's even less sun in the winter downstairs. Oh goodness, I totally forgot. Oh, new variety. Yeah. Aside from that, I brought the mango turmeric back, so really excited to be growing that. We took a tour out with Jer, and then all of a sudden he's one of them was like, "Oh, can I have some of that?" And he just like jumped off that cart, and he's like, we were just starting to harvest, like pull some of that out. So I took some of that back. Yeah. Oh, we also went to I gave him one of my loofah seeds. So I didn't give him one seed. Yeah, so it was really nice to go out there and be able to see how well they're doing. They're in the greenhouse, John.
They're growing your loofahs. They're growing your loofahs then, huh?
Yeah,
the ones that you. Oh, I saw.
Yeah,
I mean, in their greenhouse, I saw a whole bunch of loofahs. I didn't know what ones they're growing. That's cool. They're growing yours.
Because it's in the trial, I guess, area, or they didn't want to mix it because they have the outdoor where everyone can go and play and take pictures.
And no, I went through every single greenhouse when I was there. I always like to do that and see if there's any good content or what they're growing, so I kind of know what's up.
Yeah. That's just good. John's on it. I had a lot of fun helping out, so I didn't get to go in every single one of them.
Right. Excellent. But yeah, again, it must have been a really fun trip. I'm again too kind of excited about. I've never been to Missouri myself, so it'd be really fun to get out there and check that out.
Yeah.
Did you find any seeds or anything that you found there, John?
Yeah, I mean, I got a whole selection. I don't want to go over all of them, but like, I don't know if these are new or old because I just kind of grabbed the ones that I like the most. I mean, this is like amazing. This radish, it's like just deep purple. That's got my name written all over it. It was fun to see because I hadn't grown this in many years. But these West Indy Burr gherkins, so actually they had them at the event on the one of the tables, and when they left, that's one of the best times to be there at 5 when they close up on Sunday. They basically, you could take the produce and give a donation at the door. So actually I got a lot of these to take with me, and like they're one of my favorite. I haven't grown in so many years. And then let's see, I really thought like I'm growing nasturtiums, but I just got the common varieties, but like this one was really pretty. I just really like colorful things. And then this one, the auroch, just like the deep purple leaves. I mean, we got to give the credit out to the photographers there at Baker Creek.
That's one of the coolest things about what their seed packets, their catalogs, all of that.
Yeah. And then this one was fun. This is a nightshade from Italy that makes these little berries, but don't eat them when they're not ripe because they could be poisonous, but that's my kind of plant.
Oh, there you go. Take the risk, right?
Take the risk, man. Yeah, living on the edge. Poisons that are in the plants for, when they're too high, when they're unripe, they're in there still at a smaller level when they are ripe that can have health benefits. So it's like the dose is in the poison. I mean, not that I'm saying to eat rat killer or nothing, but like plants, I'm all for eating, in the right proper, as long as it's prepared properly, because traditional cultures would know the best ways to prepare plants or minimize the toxins before they had science to, know all these things. And then eating the right plants. Yeah, that's very important.
Yeah. I'm just waiting. I know they just announced their new catalog is going to be coming out anytime soon, so I can't wait for that to show up. I'll be looking for new things. I do have, though, this here, the Ediuda pepper, this really cool orange bell. I think everybody can see that one a little bit here.
Bring it closer.
This is kind of a smaller one. It is one of the smaller ones that I just got off recently, but I had some big fat ones earlier in the season, but it gets this really cool orange. But my favorite, I think, and I've gotten mixed reviews I've heard from other folks, but it is one of my favorite, though, is this Lesia pepper. It kind of grows in this cool heart shape and everything. But these are two of my favorite peppers I've gotten from Baker Creek as well, too. But
they're super shiny.
I know, really awesome color, a really deep red. This will get even deeper red, but really great, really awesome peppers. But I can't wait to get some more seed ideas from Baker Creek when their catalog comes out real soon.
Oh, they're cabbages. I really love those. Sorry.
Okay, cabbages too, huh?
Those Finder, is that called the old German heirloom that looks like a cone shape? I call it like unicorn.
Oh wow!
Then I would
I
grow
love
a
those
purple one.
cone
Oh my
shaped
gosh,
cabbages
those
are really
purple ones
awesome.
are gorgeous. Yeah. Hopefully I
Yeah,
can grow
right
something
on,
out of
right
that.
on.
Yeah.
One of the things I wanted to ask, I saw too, John, that you did a trip recently. We're talking old school YouTube gardeners. There's John Kohler. He's been around 16 years doing all this sort of stuff, and about as many years as well too is Luke over at MI Gardener, and you got to go over and check out what he's got growing on over there on his new farm, right?
Yeah, so I got to visit Luke there in St. Clair, Michigan. Like that's his store location where he has a little greenhouse and, you know, some sample plots. And we got to drive another 45 minutes and we got to visit his farm that he's just starting. So I got to visit both those, and it was really fun connecting with Luke in person, since I've watched him for so many years online and he used to watch me back in the day. You know, got him motivated, because I know when he used to work for another company making videos for another company actually on YouTube before he started his own gig. So I'm proud of the guy, man, for what he's done, what he's accomplished, what he's doing, you know, like saving rare apple varieties. I mean, it's impressive.
Yeah, I mean, again, he started as a teenager, you know. Again, it was kind of inspiring to see a young person getting in and getting involved, and then, like you said, to see where he is today with all of that. And I just remember myself, though, too, as I was just starting growing, as I talked about earlier about that first cucumber and everything that I started with. That's when I immediately turned to YouTube. You know, and I'm going to learn from these great YouTube gardeners out there, and you and Luke and others like Tony O'Neill from Simplify Gardening and all of that, who've been around for so many years. You know, so it's really cool to see. It was really cool to see those videos of you getting together with him after all these years too, and getting to see those different. Anything really cool that you took away from there?
A lot of his seeds.
A lot of his seeds too, right?
I got more seeds at Luke's place than I did at Baker Creek, actually.
Well, here's something too. You get all these seeds and everything, and I know you well enough to know that you're a busy guy, and you usually start from starts. You're going to be getting your hands into getting some seeds starting this next year with all these cool seeds you got.
I might just take them and just throw them out in my garden, see what the hell comes up.
do some chaos gardening.
That's my style, man. If they come up, they come up, man. If they don't, they don't.
Right. Right on. So again, too, how overall, how is this farm though too? I mean, what would you say about the farm that he's getting started? I know this is a big project for him and everything.
I mean, he's literally just starting it, and he's coming from a negative place. Like, I personally would have bought the land. I did say that in my video, because it's like just old soybean land that was just conventionally farmed. So it's like the soil is like desecrated. So it needs a lot of help, and he's doing it one step at a time. So I don't know. Like, I think it's cool, all the varieties of apples. Apples are cool, but I know he's going to diversify more and stuff, but I'd grow more of those hardy persimmons. I'd have like a rare persimmon orchard that are cold tolerant instead of a rare apple orchard. But that's just me. And then I'd have a lot of pawpaws. I'd have a lot of pawpaws too in Michigan.
Oh yeah, that's pawpaws are great. Right on. So let's go. I guess let's talk about things that you got coming up first, real quick. And I did want to kind of get an update, because last time we were talking with you as well too. Have you been back to your property down in Puerto Rico lately?
Well, I go there every 6 months, and I'll be there again next month. So I'm really excited about next month's trip. There's a few special things happening next month, so I'm excited about it. I can't share them quite yet, but it's gonna be fun. But yeah, so I go with every 6 months. Last trip, basically, we got the house plans done, so I got the permits to start building. So I just need to hire a contractor to basically get the plans, built. So that's good on the construction building. Yeah. And then I'm going to just continue this plant right here that you see behind me is getting dug up, and it's going to be in my suitcase, and it's going to go to Puerto Rico.
That whole plant
out in paradise. And a lot of other plants that aren't going to survive the winter here are going to get dug up and thrown in a suitcase and put in the dark for, I don't know. I think my flight's 12 hours total, like from the time I take off to get there. So it's maybe 14 hours because I check in about an hour before.
Yeah, I'm always surprised to see the pictures and things that you post up about your traveling with these plants and everything too. I mean, like, that you even get away with it for one.
Actually, I don't know if I want to make a video showing what I'm taking to Puerto Rico because, yeah. But anyways, right. I have a lot of fun doing it. Yeah, the last trip, where did I come back from? Wherever I come back from with plants, it's always a comedy. Or like, no, the last trip I was traveling with a bunch of fruit. So I was traveling a fruit from my California garden to here. And I basically got these boxes. I don't have any out here, but they're similar to this box, which I got to replant my onions. But I got boxes like this. I stacked single layer of fruit in each level. And then I got another box, the exact same, put it on top with another layer of fruit, one level. So basically this made like a shelf of 4. And then I put that in my carry-on bag. So I had like basically 4 trays of figs and fajoas. So they wouldn't get crushed, and they're my carry-on, so I'm not checking them in so they don't get all rolled up and beat up, by the freaking luggage handlers.
Right, right. But it's coming from Puerto Rico, though, you don't have to go through like customs or anything as well, too, because it's the U.S. territory, or do you?
So there's no customs to go through, but there is USDA. So they do have an exclusion list. So I was reviewing the exclusion list with a friend of mine the other day. I could bring back, things off my property, like the breadfruit, like the avocados, like the bananas, I'm not yet growing cacao, but I could bring cacao back also. I am growing jackfruit, but they're not fruiting yet. I could bring back jackfruit. But a lot of other tropical fruits you can't bring back unless it's processed. So I did secure a freeze dryer now that I have down in Puerto Rico. So that's another good news thing. So I'll be able to freeze dry my tropical fruits and bring them back with me, or ship them back to people in the United States that want to try them.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, it's looking up, every trip I plant more trees. Last trip I met my neighbor who lives across the street, and then he gave me a bunch of his coconut palms, like little sprouts. So I planted them all along the street. So I'm getting more developed by the street, and planted a lot of like cuttings by the street of like chaya and coleus for like a beauty and for, taking up some space. Yeah. Every trip I visit my friend Stephanie out there, who does the Caribbean Agroforestry Institute. I'll get to see her. Actually, she'll be in Jacksonville like next weekend, actually, which will be really fun because I get to see her not in Puerto Rico where I usually see her. But yeah, it's a fun project. This trip I hope to be planting a lot more fruit trees. So yeah, I'm going to buy a bunch of more fruit trees. Definitely on the list this time is cacao. I'm going to plant a bunch of cacao as an understory because I have like a forest area that's like really like just overgrown, like just junk. I would call them junk trees, but I got some are fast growing things that came back after the hurricane and stuff. And then some of them are more like old school. So I'm going to obviously leave the old school ones, plant the cacao in enough shade so that they could survive. I'll probably also plant like some bananas or other maybe lower water use crops in that area too, to kind of like shade out the cacao. Because it likes to kind of grow. So
you planning on making some of your own chocolate or something?
Yeah, so my goal is sell cacao pods back to the States, because I could ship cacao pods back to the States.
Okay.
Right. So that's going to be whether you want to buy one or a whole box. I'll be able to ship those back to people fresh, and then they could make their own chocolate. Or, even better than making chocolate. Why do we have this whole thing? Cacao equals chocolate. No, cacao equals the fruit and the nut or the seed inside, which you can just take out and you could eat, and you could suck off the fruit, which nobody's ever gotten to taste. And then you could just chew up the seed, which is what they make chocolate out of. And they say chocolate's so healthy for you. It's true. But the problem is it's so damn processed. And when they process it with alkali, like, you lose nutrition. And when it's heated up and they extract out the powder from the oil, and it's a fraction of the polyphenol content. And polyphenols is what really makes chocolate powerful. And when you eat it raw and fresh, you just get the whole thing, man. So, that's the best way. I want to minimally process all the foods I eat. And, I'll be able to, bring cacao to people. And farmers that I've already visited and made videos at, they will already send you cacao pods so you could have the real fruit, without being adulterated, from from man and adding all the sugar and all these other things to it, unfortunately.
Yeah, good points. Good points for sure. Definitely. All right, let's see here. Let's get a question in here. Wendi, how do you keep motivation high when space or weather limits what you can grow?
Motivates me even more.
Yeah, I know. You're probably one of the most motivated gardeners I know.
It's fun. I love having my backpack strap on and like go climb up there or squeeze through, you know, like I can think about like what kind of muscle parts I'm working out when I'm kind of squeezing through different places and doing things in awkward positions and stuff.
Yeah.
And of course,
being
sometimes
from
it's
Southern
like,
California, you don't really have too many weather limitations either, right?
You're right, especially on the rooftop, because on the patio, in winter, the limitation from the sun. I only get like this much space for 2 hours of sun in the winter on the patio, but limitation. Yeah, like right now, I'm like, because I started in the middle of summer upstairs, I'm just hoping for as much warm days as we have, you know, like enough for certain like summer crops to make it, because I started so late.
You're right. But yeah, there's nothing to keep your motivation down when it comes to growing, right?
It's
weather,
it's fun.
nothing, shade, it doesn't matter. It's not getting in your way.
It's more like throwing obstacles at me, and it's kind of like a game, you know, like, okay, you got to figure this one out now. Like that means more opportunities to go out and hunt for, you know, different varieties that might work for this space. So I get to go try new things, see new things, taste new plants, you know. And then I'm like, ooh, it's time for research to kind of like build something. It's just all fun. Like I'm just, and then you kind of sidetrack and then you get inspired by something else while you're researching, and just I think the act of building and seeing it come to life is really cool.
Yeah,
it's therapeutic too.
Definitely therapeutic for sure. Yeah, that's something that, again, too, doesn't get talked about too much. We had Kyle Haggerty from the Urban Farmstead on yesterday, and he's a firefighter. And it was one of these things I didn't really think about too much, is those people with those type of occupations, you know, who are, you know, really stressful occupations, you know, how therapeutic a garden can be for them. You know, he was talking about even starting up a garden at the firehouse and all of that sort of stuff, and how that's kind of motivated some of the other firefighters that he works with as well too. But yeah, that's a big thing, you know, just being able to use our garden spaces for that as well. All right. So let's see here. Here's a good question. A lot of the folks who watch our show too are also garden creators themselves. And let's see. This one says Wendi, but let's aim this at both of you as well too, because it's true of both of you. But you've built a strong online gardening brand. What advice would you give creators building a positive gardening community?
Who's going first?
Well, this one was aimed at you, Wendi. So
okay.
We'll get John in on this as well too.
I'd say probably just really, because everyone's reason to start a garden or why they garden or what they want to grow is different. It's just probably just be honest, you know, to be true to who you are. Sounds cliche, but like just you have to do it for like your own reasons to enjoy. And if you enjoy it, I think it will just immediate that aura like that. It will just be inspiring, you know, by just showing what you love doing. And that would also be motivating for you to keep going.
Yeah, that's a good point there too. Definitely be true to who you are. You know, and I think that's one of the great things about YouTube. Again, why, you know, I really, you know, it motivated me early on in my gardening, you know, watching John's videos, your videos and things, you know, before I even got started creating my own gardening videos. But, you know, that was the cool thing about it, is that you guys are just regular folks out making gardening content to, you know, help inspire other people to do the same. Right. And so being true to who you are is really important. And that's kind of a, really the best feature of YouTube. I mean, there's a lot of folks out there who aren't really, and they do kind of do things a little bit differently on that sort of sense. But the best videos and the best creators are those who do that.
I think so. I think that's why most people kind of start to, lean more towards or move more towards like watching on YouTube rather than television, because it just seems more honest, and you're able to connect with people in that level of just being present and to be, who you are. I would never be able to grow anything if I just go sit and go like, oh, this space is so tiny,
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
And again too, especially for you and your content and all of that as well is that kind of inspiration for small spaces. I mean, if you can grow in this like little walkway, which is not even an alleyway, but it's really small space, really, and that if you can do that sort of thing, that's definitely very inspiring for people with other limited spaces too.
Yeah. I also get to learn a lot more because of the different, I mean, everywhere you learn something different, right? But with this space, I think I wouldn't have gone as handy if it wasn't for this space, just because I can't find something that would fit here. I'm like, okay, I have to modify before. How do I do that to figure that out? Learn that. And so you learn new tricks. Yeah,
definitely. How about for you, John? What advice would you give these up and coming creators here in the gardening community?
So I think it's very important to be yourself and not put on an act and not be fake.
Mm-hmm.
That's number one. But then number two, you need to make it funner. So like if people see me like in real life, right? I'm not like my videos. I'm like pretty quiet usually, actually. And I don't really usually talk a whole bunch. But I think you need to be yourself, but then maybe bring it up a few notches to kind of try to make it exciting for people, right?
Yeah.
Because like I've seen like a lot of garden teachers, in my opinion, are like, I mean, they're maybe they're probably, I mean, they are better educated than I am.
Oh yeah.
But they're so damn boring, and I don't want to listen to them. So you gotta make it fun. I think, make it fun. The other thing for me is that I'm like my content is not directed because of like my YouTube views. Like to me, that's like the most important thing. Like people will do things to appease the effing algorithm, and I hate the effing algorithm. Like I don't do anything for the algorithm. I do things for me, things that I see are valuable in the world that I want to share. And once again, I think this comes back to like being authentic, right? And being true to yourself and true to your values and your beliefs and sharing what you believe versus just catering to some algorithms so you get the most views and you get the most popularity, which may be some people's goals and to make the most money because you get more views around money and all these things. But like, that's not my goal. I started my channel to teach people how to garden, very important knowledge, unfortunately, that we're not taught in school, to be self-sufficient, to have better, higher quality food than money could buy, and have better health by eating it, actually. So, I mean, that's probably what I would tell people.
Yeah, for sure. And kind of one of the things I remember talking to you years ago about kind of that sort of algorithm chase, or these sort of things as well too. And really like for me, I think when I talked to you about that, it was kind of me wondering and worrying about whether or not, because you yourself, you do long form content, and however long the video is going to be, that's what it's going to be. Right. And I kind of feel that way too, as well. Am I, making decisions around what to keep in versus what not to keep in and all that sort of stuff, could be a chase for, in the editing process that I think a lot of us, especially in gardening and all of that, can pull back from. If the video is going to be 30 minutes long, if it's going to be 40 minutes long, at least I know I'm getting into that video the things I think are important for people to see, right?
Yeah. I mean, the other thing you could do is you could always, have your long form and then maybe have a separate channel, even your same channel with a shorter format, and that directs people to the longer format. That's something I haven't wanted to do because I don't want to edit out. I mean, somebody offered, or they're probably going to do it, is edit my videos to give people just the essential or what they think the essential knowledge of that video is. But then who am I to judge what's essential, because I like to paint a larger picture where, you know, it's like gardening, like many things of life, is multifactorial. It's not just this or that. It's this, that, and the other. So there's a lot of things to consider in the nuance, I think, you know.
Yeah, definitely. And it's probably good too to have someone else kind of making those decisions, because even for me, I'm like, you know, I have a hard time cutting things out, because again, coming back to that, I want people to see certain things, but I'm sure that with different eyes on it, you know, then they can be able to kind of see what's, you know, what works for other viewers as well, you know, in a shorter format. All right. Excellent. Excellent. Well, getting down to the end of things here today for sure. But real quick though, you know, I kind of want to talk about, have each of you talk about too, you know, what do you got for like some upcoming projects? Like, again, we talked about you going back to Puerto Rico. John, are you, Wendy, are you planning on any other trips? Are you going back to Vietnam anytime soon, or any other projects you might be working on coming up for this next year?
Not sure yet about the traveling plans, but well, I will be, I guess, speaking in April, so I'll be in Missouri in April.
Back again, yeah.
And then looking forward. Oh gosh, it's so much fun there. So yeah, but other than that, I've been really focused on the rooftop garden. I think I need to pay more attention to the patio as well. So I need to get more things planted. I got more seeds, and I'm kind of probably get more varieties out for propagation and stuff to do like the shipping for spring and such, for because I offer, like, I ship some plants and seeds out in the US. So I get kind of busy doing that, and I started growing some microgreens again, because there's not enough around here in the winter.
Right. And so easy to grow yourself, right?
It's easy, and it's actually really awesome because it's so nutritious and it's so easy to prep. You just like chop, you know, clean. You don't have to cut extra. You just throw them in, whatever you know. It's very quick.
Yeah, always microgreens are kind of like that off-season, winter season type of thing for me. I've got my whole little indoor lighting station thing that, you know, is mostly taken up by the microgreens in the wintertime and everything. So I'm looking forward to getting that started back up again too. Yeah, right on. How about for you, John? Anything else big coming up? You got any big trips besides going back to Puerto Rico that you got coming up for this next year?
Oh, I mean, next year I'm going to be back again in Michigan for an event, back in Austin, Texas for an event. Yeah, I'm going to Puerto Rico a bunch of times. No major other plans. I want to try to travel internationally more this year, hopefully.
Okay. So then you
I want to go to Guam. Like, I just saw a thing on Guam earlier today, because I've been to Hawaii a bunch of times, but I'd really love to go to Guam, another U.S. territory. Like Puerto Rico. I mean, they are their technically owned countries, and they are a part of the United States, but they're not a state.
Right.
So, you know, I really would like to go there and kind of see what they're growing and the weather and all these things in another U.S. territory. I think that'd be fun.
Yeah, that would be really. Yeah, that would be really fun. I still haven't had a chance to get to like Hawaii, but Guam would be another one that would just be a really great adventure to take. For sure.
I mean, go to Hawaii first.
Yeah.
It's easier, it's quicker. Yeah, I mean, you could, and it's so close to you on the coast.
Yeah, right on.
Yeah, closer.
Well, excellent. Well, it looks like, you know, again, lots of great things, and I'm sure you got plenty of really cool videos and things coming up here real soon. So everybody who's watching, definitely you want to get into the links that we've got down below in the description here, so you can go and check out Wendy's channel and John's channel as well, to watch all of the great fun gardening adventures that they take on, finishing up this year. And again, too, it's hard to believe really that this year's already flown by as fast as it has already. Well, right on, you guys. Again, too, it's really awesome too to have you guys together here with us on the show as well too. So I also, again, I look forward to possibly getting out there to Missouri at the same time with you guys again, so we can go out and take another hiking trip again in some other different place, right?
I got to figure out where to hike in Missouri.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Where do we go? What do we do?
More like swimming.
Oh yeah, we could do some of that as well too.
More walking around the creeks.
Yeah, for sure. Well, right on, you guys. Again, thank you so much for taking the time today to come and hang out with us here too. Just really great to catch up with you and hear about all the really fun things that you guys have been up to and all of that, and being here with us on the show.
Oh yeah, thank you so much for having me. So much fun.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
You betcha. Can't wait until the next time. But until then, we'll see you guys later.
See everyone. Thank you. Bye, John. Bye, Ina.
Uh-oh. Hey, gardeners. Thanks for tuning in to our show today. We'll be right back at it here in just a moment. I just wanted to take a second here to highlight our regular videos and features here on the Urban Gardener channel. Our weekly garden journals, and our incredible feature visits. Oh, yeah, we got to get that back full screen. There we go, everybody. Thank you again, everyone, for being here. Thank you to John and Wendy for hanging out with us for today's Sunday roundtable. And like I said, definitely get down into our description there for links to John and Wendy's channels, and go and check out one of their recent videos, and definitely go and leave a comment and let them know that you saw them here on the Let's Get Growing show. And again, we got lots of great things still coming up here. Like I mentioned earlier, we this next Friday, I can't believe it's already coming up this soon, but this next Friday is Halloween. So that means it's time for our 5th annual special Halloween hangout live stream, where we all get together and hang out and watch the original 1960s classic, The Little Shop of Horrors. So you'll all definitely want to come and hang out with us as we're passing out the treats to all the neighborhood kids, and we'll sit together and watch a really great, fun version of The Little Shop of Horrors, as well as we'll do what we did last year, which got our community show started this year. I'll hand out our show link to all of you, and you can come and join with me here, get dressed up, wear some costumes, and we'll have a little bit of a costume contest, or as well too, we're going to do maybe a little like photo contest of Halloween decor. You know, do you got some Halloween decor in your garden spaces and that sort of thing? You can definitely submit those to us as well for a little bit of a photo contest as well that we'll have there. You can send those photos in to us at theurbangardener@mail.com, and make sure you get all of those photos submitted and everything here. Again, I say October 29th, but you don't necessarily have to hang out until or get them in by the 29th. If they're a little bit later than that, that's just fine as well too. And so definitely get those into us here, and we'll show those on our Halloween hangout this Friday. It will be really, really fun. And also too, again, you want to come and join with us this next Saturday on the show. We've got another fun conversation with you. We've got Amy Bauer from Front Yard Veggies joining with us for the conversation. Amy is a gardener I got to meet many years ago in her California garden. She now lives over on the East Coast, so we'll catch up with her and see how the garden's growing along. And we'll also have with us the Reckless Garden on our Are You Following Me segment for next Saturday's show. So you'll definitely want to come and check that out. And on next Sunday on the show, joining us regularly every couple of months, and someone I got to meet John Kohler introduced me to Dr. Jeff Pierce. Dr. Jeff will be joining with us, so come and join us for another appointment with Dr. Jeff as we talk more about gardening as medicine. Always a great conversation with Jeff, and you'll definitely want to come and join with us and bring all of your questions along for him to answer for you. And again, like I said, we got a great weekend coming up this next weekend, and as well. I mentioned earlier too, our good friend Christopher over at Christopher Bransdahl channel. He's doing a live stream. I'm sure he's live right now as we speak, but I've got a link down below in the description. So as we finish up here, if you want to, you can jump over there and go show Christopher some support over on his live stream as well too. So I'll be getting over there here in just a minute as well. So again, everybody, thank you so much for being here with us today. It's great to have you. Really great questions from everybody, so thank you for all of those as well too. So before we head out here, again, let's click that like button, hit the thumbs up, subscribe, bell notification to be notified of all of our upcoming videos and live streams, and definitely share with your friends and let them know that we're here every Saturday and Sunday, 11 a.m. Pacific time, 2 p.m. Eastern, and that's 7 p.m. for all of you over in the UK as well. And like I said, follow all those links down below in the description. Go show some support to our guests. And look forward to seeing you all this next Friday for our Halloween hangout. So I'll see all of you then.
Power out.